Let's get back to the election fallout. And the Liberals lost at least 17 seats on Saturday, including 6 in New South Wales. 3 seats were lost to fake independents in the wealthy East and North Shore. But the Liberals lost 3 more in mainstream electorates, including 2 in the suburban heartland of Western Sydney, where Fiona Martin lost Reid, and Maria Kovacic, a strong candidate in Parramatta, lost to the millionaire parachute candidate Andrew Charlton. The Liberals' standout performer in Western Sydney was Melissa McIntosh in Lindsay, based around Penrith. She held her seat from last time and she got a swing towards her of almost 1%. Melissa joins me now. Thanks for joining us, Melissa. Congratulations for holding your seat and getting a swing towards you. Why do you reckon you were able to do that while colleagues fell?
Thanks, Chris, and hello from the banks of the Nepean River. I'm a local girl born and bred here in Penrith, born in Nepean Hospital, and I've always known that my community wants a Member of Parliament who is community-oriented. And I've never lost sight of that. So it's a campaign that's 365 days a year, and we need to be representing our local people, their views, fight for them and not get caught up in ideological discussions within the party. So that's what I did. I focused on my community, what they needed, whether it was an upgrade to Dunheved Road or whether it was ensuring our Nepean River is healthy for future generations, or ensuring that our local kids have the best opportunities when it comes to the jobs of the future because of Western Sydney Airport. This is what matters to my community, and this is what I campaigned on.
It's certainly been the case that's ever been thus for those marginal seats, especially in the suburban heartland. You need absolutely hard-working local members, but you're talking about Fiona Martin in Reid and Lucy Wicks in Robertson. They were local candidates in those marginal seats, and they got to big swings against them and lost their seats. So what was it about the national campaign, do you think, that hurt the coalition most?
I think we shouldn't lose sight on the suburbs being the backbone of our nation. I think we could go back to Menzies and look at the forgotten people, and Western Sydney was that place in the 1960s, people moving out of the city into the suburbs to create a better life for their families, and they're doing that now. People want to live in Western Sydney. They want to live in my community of Lindsay around the Nepean River and all that we have to offer. But we have to be quite pragmatic in being a government and ensuring that the policies we deliver for our people are things around infrastructure, around creating better opportunities for people and ensuring that they have access to good health. And we should not lose sight of that.
Yeah, you mentioned the second Sydney airport, the Western Sydney airport. The construction is underway. That's a massive infrastructure project for your area. That must have helped you, but it's perhaps a wonder that the Libs couldn't extrapolate that, the benefits of that project to other parts. Even Parramatta and Reid, of course, are not that far away. They're going to benefit greatly in the Parramatta region from what happens around the Badgerys Creek.
Oh, I agree. There's so many opportunities with the airport, and I've been fighting for 3 years to ensure Western Sydney is the heart of the new era of manufacturing in Australia. When I'm out and about speaking to people in my community, they want Aussie made. They want their MP to be backing Australian manufacturing. This is what I've been doing. So I think we have a real opportunity coming into the next election over the next 3 years to really cement that, to focus on the things that matter for people in Western Sydney. And I can only speak for myself. That's what I've been doing over the last 3 years, and even getting out and about today. And I went down to the local shopping centre, and a gentleman came up to me and told me how concerned he is about electricity prices. So listening to people first, not forgetting the backbone of our nation. If we do that, then they, they punish us at the ballot box.
Now, Melissa, I think a lot of the so-called gender wars, a lot of the attacks on the government over women's issues were pretty extreme, and they drew a long bow on a couple of issues. It got pretty nasty. But at the heart of it, to me, was an obvious problem that the government did look very blokey, that you don't have enough women in Parliament. You've lost some this election. But tell me your thoughts on the women issue in the coalition.
I, in my electorate, secured a pretty strong women's vote, but that by no means is saying that we can't do better within the parliament and within our party. Prior to my life in politics, I worked at the US Studies Centre and ran a program that supported women's leadership and gender equality and women's economic empowerment. And I think if we base what we do next, not only on looking at targets or quotas or getting caught up in that, but looking at real pathways to getting women from within the party through leadership, through sponsorship and mentorship, real programs that work, then I think we can make some change. But it can't just be about targets or quotas or about individuals within a party and what women think about them. It's around progress that actually, has something behind it, has some evidence-based policy making behind it. And I'm really happy to lend a hand in that going into the future for our party.
Thanks, Melissa. Congratulations again. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, and a big shout out to my community. I'm so grateful. I have the best job in the world. Thank you.